Alright, today we got a Titan Crystal to open, and I am so hyped for this because the new pool is pretty much tailor-made for me, man. Like, I love all these characters. Infamous Iron Man, super underrated. Shothra, really dang cool. Count Nefaria, really dang cool. Then you have like Enchantress, who is such a good defender. Black Widow, who is very fun. And Bill, who is kind of overrated, but that's for a different video. But then the other 12 champions I really do enjoy. I enjoy champions like Patriot, who I'd love to rank 3. Northstar, who's super fun. Leader, who is pretty fun when he's not nerfed by the tactic. Like, this pool is mainly more about fun champions and less about being a good crystal, to be honest. But hey, I still love this pool for me personally. And I want 16 out of 18 champions. 16 out of 18 champions will be a good pool for me. Keep that in mind. I'm not going to say the 2 champions just yet, but 16 out of 18 characters will satisfy me. So we're going to stop this crystal right now. There goes Infamous Iron Man, there's the leader, there are some great champions, and it's going to stop on a 7-star version of Silver Sable. Now you want to guess what 2 champions I was thinking of? I'll give you a hint. One of them was Silver Sable. So yeah, I don't know how. I really do not know how. Out of 16 out of 18 characters, I get one of the 2 that I do not want to get. And for those wondering, the second one is a dupe on Symbiote Supreme, just because he doesn't really need it and he is not super great. Actually, he's pretty great, but like for a Titan Crystal, it's 50-50. So out of spite, I took up Silver Sable to rank 2, and I told myself I'm gonna like this character and I'm gonna force myself to do it, even if it really hurts to do, because you know I spent 20,000 Titan shards, which is premium currency, by the way, to get this champion. But yeah, let's take her to rank 2. And right when I did this, her rebalance info came out, and it turns out she is getting a buff. Now, I'm not mad about that, obviously, right? Like, I just pulled this champion. Her getting buffed is massive. But now I'm going to show you some gameplay. This is a short video, so it's going to be one single fight. Yes, one single fight in Labyrinth takes her 3 minutes. How crazy is that? Actually, that's like not bad, I guess, but the thing with this champion, the thing that they acknowledged in the buff, like the little buff statement as well, is that outside of basic fights, this character is nearly impossible to get going, to do anything, really. I will be straight up, I think that Kraven the Hunter is a more practical character than Silver Sable, and he does like twice the amount of damage as well. When you are being compared to Kraven the Hunter in terms of practicality, you are already a failure of a champion, right? And I doubt that there is a way to properly fix this character's practicality without just scraping the entire thing, or just being, you know, just over the top with fixing her, right? Because this character is so hard to maneuver in like 99% of scenarios. She is not good. She is not a good champion by any means. And here's the craziest part. You have to go through like the deepest of suffering to try to make this champion work. And once she does work, she's not even as good as Kraven in long fights. Kraven does this fight in half the time. That is insane. He is supposed to be a bad champion, right? But he has double the DPS of someone who is supposed to be his upgrade. This is not an upgrade to the Kraven the Hunter. This is someone that is just objectively dog water. So yeah, Silver Sable, she's gonna get buffed for good reason, because she is not a good champion. She has like fun mechanics. Like, even though trap champions are struggling big time in pretty much every single important game mode, they are still very fun to play with. Like, Arcade is super fun to play, Kraven is super fun to play, Silver Sable, you know, I'll be honest, is a really fun champion. It's just these characters really struggle when it's not the most basic fight they're up against. Except maybe Arcade, because he's a bit different for some reason. He actually does kind of work, but he's also not really good, so it's a bit tough for these guys, like for these trap champions. And with like Silver Sable, her damage output is just not even that good once she gets going. It's just okay. It's just serviceable. But like that's really all it is. Her utility is kind of just not there. She is just not really a good champion, even like minus the practicality, but once you add that into account, she is just a really, really underwhelming and honestly just bad champion. She is just not good, unfortunately. So yeah, I really want to see her get a massive buff. I hope it does end up fixing her, but like my hope right now for a really good Sable buff, it's just not really there, because when you have to fix the practicality of a champion, that's when things start to get a bit dicey, I feel like, for a rebalancing. But that's going to do it for this Titan Crystal opening and rant, I guess. There is a fight time of almost 3 minutes. That's okay, I guess. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this video, on this video's duration, on the Crystal opening, on Silver Sable, on all those things. And yeah, that's about it for me.